Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. Now today we're going to do a versus video where we compare two different companies that have made a model of the same species. So basically we're just going to compare and see who did it better. And we're going to start the series off with the species of dinosaur Cryolophosaurus. Now, Cryolophosaurus is a predatory dinosaur from Antarctica and is mostly known for its head crests, as you can see here and here, that they've put on their figures. So I guess that's already a plus. And the two companies with us today are Shleich and Terra by Batat. Now, these figures came out a couple of years back. This one probably came out during 2019 or 2020, and this one probably came out before. I'm not sure. Probably between 2017 and 2019 is probably where Batat released their dinosaur figures. So I guess we're just gonna start off with the comparisons, and we're gonna start off with Shleich. Now, I reviewed a Shleich figure, which was the Shleich Carnotaurus. That was the last video that I made. And they're known for making their predatory dinosaurs a little weird. And the biggest thing that basically puts this figure off is definitely the feet, or the bulkiness of this dinosaur. Cryolophosaurus is supposed to be a little more, thin than this. This is definitely a bit beefy for a Cryolophosaurus. And also you can see these enormous feet as well, which are used for stability. I mean, Shleich pretty much does that with every single figure that they have. It's a theropod, so that they don't have to depend on a tripod pose like the Batat one. As you can see, it basically stands using its arm there. Now, let's go over a couple of inaccuracies that this has. Now, I would like to point out that the color scheme is like a bit cartoonish in my opinion. I mean, since Cryolophosaurus lived in Antarctica, they would think that, it'd be like ice colors or blend in with the snow. But back then, Antarctica wasn't really this giant ice plain that we know today. It's more of a forest. And you see these very vibrant colors. I mean, we have this blue, and then we've got some purple right here behind the eye. And then over here, there's purple again. And then we have these black streaks going down all the way to the tail. And then we also have these red spines up against the back of the Cryolophosaurus. And, well, I mean, to be honest, it really isn't the best color scheme. Like, again, I said it's cartoonish. It really is. I mean, it's a bit too vibrant, in my opinion. While we have a more natural color scheme here that, modern day animals would have. See here, this is definitely a bit colorful without being too vibrant. So they definitely did a good job here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give the paint to this one. This one definitely has a better paint job. We see the red here. I'm not really that good with colors, so I don't know, I'll just call this maroon for now. But yeah, you can see the stripes circling around the tip of the tail. Looks nice. And then this red line bordering the green, and then it comes to this green color right here. And then we have this darker green, almost like a mix of blue as well on the top. And we have these red spots, if you can see. And then at the head here, the jaw is closed, but you could see the teeth there and the nostril. There is shrink wrapping on both of these models, so I guess I'll have to deduct points for both of these models. You see the shrink wrapping there, and then right here around the fenestrae. And the eye is just, yellow with a black dot. And I think it does have ear holes right there. Very small black dot right there as well. And there are red spots at the lower jaw right here. So, yeah. And I don't know how much fingers Cryolophosaurus has on each arm. I think it probably was 3 or 4, or possibly 5, I don't know. I don't know if they may be both wrong. But I know that the Shleich Cryolophosaurus has like pronated wrists, which is not right. And they just look, these arms just look weird to me. I mean, they look human-like almost, I don't know. Maybe it's just the bend at the elbow that just makes it look weird. But, I mean, the sculpting here, the detailing is very nice. I mean, the skin detail, you can see like the skin flaps there. Good attention to detail right there. And then, of course, the scale work definitely is better than the Batat one. Here you can see it's basically just like skin, almost. And it's not really that scale detailed. I mean, we do have spines running down the back of the neck right here. But here you get to see all these scales, which is very nice. And it does have a movable jaw with the pink tongue right there. And the teeth. Now it does have a notch right there at the top jaw, which Dilophosaurus also had that notch as well. So I think that's accurate. This one doesn't appear to have a notch, or I don't know, I can't really tell since the mouth is closed and there really isn't a movable jaw. Now let's talk about the defining feature of Cryolophosaurus, the crest. Now let's go over this crest right here. Right here we could see a single crest that's painted like bright orange. I think that looks nice, quite nice. Contrasts pretty nicely. I would just like to say that the head of this Cryolophosaurus, I mean, I don't think it's half bad. I mean, it might not be the most accurate, but I do think it fits the creature very well. I mean, we do have a red eye, but you see the crest here is just one singular crest compared to the Batat version, which has 2 crests. You could see there's 1 and there's 2. And these are painted the same dark red as the rest of the stripes on the body. Now, I'm pretty sure now we know that Cryolophosaurus had 1 crest instead of it splitting like this. So I think I'll give the accuracy to Shleich since there is only 1 crest instead of 2. Now, this is definitely a bigger figure than this Cryolophosaurus. It is pretty small. I mean, compare it to another very small figure, the Cryolophosaurus, they're pretty much the same size, more smaller figures. While we have the Cryolophosaurus, which is comparable to the Shleich that we took a look at in the last video. Say they're pretty much the same size. And yeah. And we just see this like kind of hump here, which is kind of weird, I don't know. The body proportions are definitely kind of off on this figure, and the pose as well. I mean, from this angle, it just looks weird. I mean, there's many angles that you could see that this figure just doesn't look right or natural, I mean. And again, I said this is definitely a bit beefier than the normal Cryolophosaurus would look like. This is probably more body accurate, you see. It looks more natural, and the pose isn't really that awkward compared to this one. And so, in terms of accuracy, I think the Batat Cryolophosaurus won. Even though it has 2 crests, I definitely think it is more accurate, just because moreover, it just looks more like a Cryolophosaurus than this one does. This just looks like an Allosaurus with a crest on it, you know. So I definitely just give the accuracy to the Batat model. Even though it is smaller and it doesn't have a movable jaw, it still looks better. So yeah, that's gonna be the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video I make. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.